That day, I went home. And after when I came back, I had children party.
Oh,
And after that, I got like my holiday, and now I'm shuffling to do homework.
what course was that?
So, you manufacturing, electrical, like side for aerospace. But I didn't. But originally, I didn't sign up for it. And my friend asked me to replace it. So I.
Is it related to aerospace at all?
Yeah.
It is. I don't remember RP having an aerospace course.
Also did.
Singri, do you finish the homework I asked you to?
But I feel like their explanation was very good. They try to use a lot of different theories at once.
Hmm? Oh, you don't know that. Oh, okay. I'll write the word out for you. You haven't seen this word yet. Now come see me. Write it in. Suspectable. One.
It's one. Because your words and start will be topic. So what yours to start and all your which topic. They will try stuff.
Eden, what's the meaning of susceptible?
It's like vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Okay. Okay, guys, let's do something new today. Kiran, no, any questions regarding your answers? No? All right. Okay, let's go back to this. I'm seeing you keep your mobile phones. Right, this is situational writing. Look through first, then I'll ask you questions. Make sure you ask yourself the usual questions. Who is the audience? What are the tasks you need to do? What is the background? Here again, you're encouraged to underline, highlight all the keywords, all the points that you need to look out for. And also, by right, you should be quite experienced by now. Think about how you want to structure your writing. Okay, feel free to write down notes. How many paragraphs do you want to write? What are you going to include in each paragraph? Okay, good. Of course, think about which choice you want to adopt. You have three options. Which gift do you want to write about? Now, the usual answer is find one that you are familiar with and you can write a lot about it. Okay, as I said, for situational writing, typically 5 paragraphs, but of course, you're free to have slightly less or more. Has everyone read through? Kiran, finish reading? Okay, come, Kiran, tell me, who are you writing to? So, what kind of writing is this? Formal, informal? Informal, huh? Informal. So, come, Kiran, let's start from the beginning. How do you want to start your salutation? How do you want to address your brother? Yeah? Dear brother. Okay. I mean, that is not, I wouldn't say it's wrong, but my suggestion is you cannot say probably, you definitely know your brother's name. So, have a name there. Okay, I leave it up to you. Obviously, it must be a male name. Okay, you can use any name, any reasonable name. And how do you want to end it? Yeah, Kiran, at the end, what's your valediction? Yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours. Sorry. Oh, okay. Hayden, how do you want to end it? Yours sincerely is okay, but it sounds a bit formal. Yours truly, that's fine too. Actually, there's no hard and fast rule on it. Yours faithfully is super formal. Try to avoid that. Yours truly will be fine. Of course, some people just put yours, which is not wrong either. Remember, this is an informal writing. Oh, of course, after yours truly, make sure you put your name there. So I leave it up to you what name you want to adopt. Okay, So with that out of the way, how do you want to, okay, before that, maybe I ask you for the structure first. Okay, Kaden, how do you want to structure your writing? How many paragraphs should that be? Five? Five, okay. Now, as I said, 5 is a guideline. You need not follow it strictly all the time. It can be 4, it can be 6, but 5 is definitely a useful guideline. So what do you want to write in each paragraph?
State the purpose of the message, the purpose of the email.
Okay, good.
So, thank you, brother, for the offer.
Good.
Thank you for and for supporting.
Good.
And media so much.
Purpose of email. Or okay, let me call this paragraph the introduction. As I always said, I strongly suggest that you take info from here to add content to the purpose. But of course, please don't try not to copy wholesale, rephrase everything. Now remember, you have not confirmed your choice yet. What you want him to give you. But nevertheless, you can thank him first for his offer to buy you a gift. Okay, so according to Kaden, in paragraph 1, you state your choice, which is good. Make it clear right at the start what exactly you want.
Right.
Thesis statement for continuous writing is good. For situational writing, not compulsory. Still, it is good to do so. Thesis statement. Xingyi, you can remember what is a thesis statement? It tells the reader what you want to write. Okay, for the whole passage or the whole writing. And thesis statement. But that's a very good suggestion, even though it's not compulsory for situational writing. Perhaps I would like to ask how your brother is. Remember, this is an informal piece of writing. Now, where is your brother? He's not staying with you. He's abroad, so it only makes sense. Even in real life, you should be asking about how he is.
Normally, right? Let's say it's dollars, right? We would think, let's say it's
Remember, based on this story, your brother is abroad.
$5.
Did this question mention which country he's in? No. So feel free to add your country.
Right.
Right. You can define the country.
Maybe you should say this. There's two ways to this. You either change the P to dollars or dollars to cents. Right here. Right?
What is he doing there? Again, the question didn't really mention. Is he studying? Is he working? No, it's not mentioned. So feel free to add your own definition.
Like this. Not very nice, right? Because we change from cents to dollar and divide by 100. Right? So instead, our suggestion.
So all these points should be part of your asking after him. All right, how are you doing in Canada? Is your work still as busy as ever? Somewhat like that. He's your brother, remember? You should ask after him about his condition first. Okay. Now, obviously, there's no need to introduce yourself. Obviously, this is not writing to your principal.
But then you kind of
Okay, then. Paragraph 2. Okay, good. Probably not just one reason, probably a few reasons. Right, unless your primary reason is really strong. Otherwise, have a couple of reasons at least. My suggestion is to have 3. But again, that is just a guideline. You can have 2. You can have 4, but if you want to write about 4 reasons, I think that is going to make it quite lengthy. Regarding this, I suggest you practice your 5W1H. When you want to elaborate something. Okay, use your 5W1H to elaborate. Kiran, what is 5W1H?
Who, when, where,
Who, when, where, what?
and
Why? Yes, why is important. And what's the H? Yeah. Okay, guys, I believe you're quite familiar with them. So make use of them.
probably can you
This one is 5.
There's no
use for
okay. Now that you mentioned it, yes, yeah, actually you're right. But okay, we shall cancel that off. So according to Caden, there's no need for a 5th paragraph, which I agree, by the way. Now, I'll just give you a few examples. What kind of reasons do you think you can provide? Be careful there. Okay, can benefits. Benefits of your option. Now, it's always, for situational writing, it's always good to think about your own character. Of the writer, of course, in this case, it's yourself. And perhaps hobbies. Maybe you have certain hobby that can benefit from that gift that you selected. Just one more point, perhaps you also want to look at your likes and dislikes. Now, obviously, these points can overlap with one another, but that's fine. All right, basically, it's just to help you to elaborate on your reasons to choose the option. Paragraph 3, Keaton.
paragraph 3.
Yes. Oh, guys, I hope you know why Caden is mentioning about all this. I hope you can link that to your past. Which option you have chosen, explain why. So this paragraph 2 is about explaining why, and paragraph 3 is about giving details on how you want to use your option. Okay. Right. How you plan to use the gift. Now again, unless you have a very, very strong case, otherwise don't just stop at 1 use. 2 users, preferably have 3 users here in this paragraph. Okay, unless just for one single use, you can elaborate a lot. It is really so strong that it's enough to qualify for one paragraph. Otherwise, have at least 2, better still, 3 users. So I'll write it in, at least 3 users. Good. So I hope this is how you want to plan your writing, how you want to structure your email here. Paragraph 1?
Paragraph 3 is the uses of constraint.
Yeah. Okay, then last one, paragraph 4.
Paragraph.
Summary. Okay, fine. Essentially, summary of paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. Yes, good. Repeat your choice. Anything else? Yes, it makes sense. I mean, in real life, you should thank your whoever your this person is. He's giving you something. Okay, so this will be quite, I think, quite enough for this piece of situational writing. Okay. Any questions? No? No? Let's look at the details. Have you all chosen which option you want?
So how do
Now, as I said, normally choose the option that you can write more about, something you're familiar with. So we have a fitness tracker, personal trainer package, and a gym membership. 6-month membership. This is only 6 weeks. Whereas the fitness tracker is permanent as long as it's working. Even have you made a choice? Fitness tracker. Okay. Any particular reason, Kiran? Permanent. Okay. Kaden? Same. Same. Oh, okay, I hope you're not influenced by the 2 guys. But don't worry. Most students in the past choose this too. Okay, guys, don't waste all the points here. Unless you think you're so good, so familiar that you don't need all these points, then yeah, sure, go ahead. Otherwise, I suggest that you make use of these 6 points. Now, what I normally do is this. Look at each of the 6 points. Which paragraph do you want to put that in? Sometimes it's not so clear cut. You can put 1 point into either or of the paragraphs. But do not repeat in the paragraphs as much as possible. Do not repeat the same point. That means if I put paragraph 2, this point, try not to repeat this point in paragraph 3. So normally what I do is I assign each point into a separate paragraph. Yeah, make use of it. Make use of this information. Unless, like I said, you're so knowledgeable with a fitness tracker, then you don't need all this, then fine. Look at the first one. Wear it on your wrist 24/7 to track the exercise you do every day. Which paragraph do you want to put it in? Is this a benefit or is this a use? Obviously, I'm not going to put in the paragraph 1 or 4. So 2 or 3. Is this a benefit or do you want to make use of it? Make use. Okay. All right. So this will be, I mean, there's no hard and fast rule. You can differ in your opinion. So for Xingyu, she want to put it in paragraph 3. Kiran, set your targets to suit yourself. Paragraph 2. Okay, so to him, this is a benefit. You can set your targets. Hayden, track your sleeping patterns. 2. Number 4, how many calories you consume and burn off each day? 2 also. Okay. Kiran? 3. Hayden? There's a 2. Okay. Now, remember, as I said, try to evenly split the points if you can. I'm not saying this is strictly compulsory. Can I move anything to 3? You feel? Targets move to 3. Okay. Guys, I repeat, this is not cast in stone. In fact, if you look through all of them, I think almost all of them can either fit into paragraph 3, depending on how you want to present your case. Of course, if you want to do not want to follow this arrangement, that is fine with me. Okay, but I'm just showing you this is one way you want to make use of all the information given there. Do not waste the information. Now, of course, as I said, in your writing, you have to add in more than just this. For example, how many calories you consume and burn off each day. Set your targets to suit yourself.
But
Okay, I'm not going to elaborate yet. Can you take out your list of 100 words? Even your list of 100 words. I know you guys have not really go through all the 100 words or 100 phrases, but based on what you know, are there any words that you can add into this piece of situational writing? Based on those words that you know. Filter, okay. How do you want to use filter in your writing?
Why? However, the reason I cannot do anything why is still 0. The best number, the best the y is
Few tiles
use minus
how
1.
many tiles do you consume of every day?
Okay. I'll use this example.
Y has value minus 0.
Maybe I brush it up a bit. It is filter
B minus 0. So
to keep count of my calories every day using pen and paper. Okay, I add a bit more context to your answer. Therefore, this device or the fitness tracker can do so for me automatically.
To get a positive value of xy, you can do positive times positive, or you can do negative times negative. Negative times negative 2.
Hayden, is there any other word that you can use? Which one? So then 3. Yes, good. I was thinking of that too. Hayden, tell me again what's meant by sedentary. bad lifestyle. More precise. Smoking is bad, but is smoking classified as sedentary?
Whole lifestyle.
Poor lifestyle. Okay, let's be more precise. Sedentary means you lack physical activity. You are sitting down the whole day. You do not move around. So I'll give an example how you want to incorporate this into your situational writing. My sedentary lifestyle. Perhaps you notice the word sedentary often joins with lifestyle. Is not beneficial to my health.
Okay, then you have your inverses. Fine, next inverse. So how you inverse is the quadrants that you
I am
top right. Then in those quadrants you draw that.
to start exercising
Do this. Exist the top left, top right portion.
to get fit. That's an example. Obviously, you're free to change it.
Okay, the rest is inverse graph, right? They have no intercept. They never touch the y, they never touch x. They get infinitely closer and closer until into infinity, but they never touch. They never touch. They will never touch any of the axes in the first place. And same thing with this.
Xing Yi, is there any word you want to choose?
Bottom left, top right quadrant. Then any multiple of these will be the same shape. It will just get steeper and steeper. But it will be the same shape. So x power 4 was like this, on this. X power 6 also go like this and this, on this.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Let me use the word that you were asking me earlier. Susceptible, level 2.
Then lastly, you look at instead of inverses, look at the quadrants that it is when the center is at 0. Then you swap it to this kind of shape.
Susceptible means I'm prone to something. I'm easily subject to something. So for example, in this piece of writing, maybe you can add something like this. Perhaps tell the reader something about yourself. Remember, you should use your character or tell the reader something about your character. I am a food lover. So I am susceptible
That's still
to
remember already forget.
overeating. Flesh out the details, especially when it comes to my favorite fast food.
Next still one. When they give you a match skill, it's always in CM both. Okay, so they say 1,000 1 CM 3,000. This is at 1 CM, we realize 50,000.
So in this case, I will go back to the earlier point about counting your calories. Having this fitness tracker.
So this one you either convert to 16.2 first, and convert to kilometers first. You either convert to kilometers first, and then go to 16.2.
Keep count of my calories.
1 cm,
and
100 meter, cm meter is like 100.
prevent me
1 meter, right? 1,000 meter is 1 kilometer, so divide by 1,000.
overeating.
So now we convert to 16.2, quite simple. Times multiply. We also multiply 16.2.
Now, obviously, there are other words that you can use, but I don't think I have to dwell too much on this. My point is, take a look at this list always, all right, and always think of whatever words or phrases you can use in your writing. Sorry, say again. Oh, okay, sure.
Whatever skill you have here, let's convert this current skill to here. This cm kilometer, but now need cm squared to kilometer squared. What you do is you square both sides. 1 cm squared, 1 squared is 1, which is 0.2 squared, 0.4.
Yes, as I said, there are other words, but again, I don't want to dwell too much with this. Just a reminder to all of you, how is the situational writing mark? Yeah, it's 30 marks. 10 marks for task fulfillment. Make sure you write all the points that you are required to, and 20 marks for language. So language is quite hefty. You need to have what? Okay, let's look at the language part. You are supposed to have coherent and cohesive presentations, ambitious vocabulary and grammar. So therefore, my suggestion is regarding vocabulary, make use of those 100 words if you can. Okay, you want some nice looking vocabulary in writing. Now the rest will be punctuation, spelling, so try to avoid misspelling. So that would be your 20 marks for language. As for task fulfillment, you need to address all the points. All the points means what? This here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you fulfill all these 4 points at the very least. Okay, what else? Think about your purpose, the audience, the context. Make sure your writing is informal for this particular case. And remember, you still need the given information as much as you can to support your ideas. Right, so that is why I advise you to make use of this information here. Of course, you can add your own. Still, you should not ignore all this. I'm not saying that you need to use every single point, but you should not ignore them. Use at least half of them. And that's my suggestion. Any questions, anyone? Any questions? All good? Already? All good? Okay. Who needs foolscap paper? Or are you going to write? You need. Oh. There, please, and pass the key. But before you start, I just give you some sample sentences that you may want to consider. I mean, no doubt you want to thank your brother, but you do not want to keep on using thank you, thank you, thank you. How about something like this? You can always restructure your thank you into something more unique. For example, I truly appreciate your thoughtfulness and generosity to give me such a useful present. Okay, I hope that you will agree with me. I mean, it's up to you, but looking at things, which paragraph do you think this fits in? Yes, probably, even though you can put it in the last paragraph. This one? Yep, probably the last paragraph. This one, up to you, but probably it looks like paragraph 1. So think about thanking your brother in another way, rather than just keep using the same words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, yes. Any other questions? I think the difficult part is to flesh out the points for paragraphs 2 and 3 especially. That would be the challenge for you guys. Because all the groundwork has been laid for you already. So yeah, if you have no questions, start writing.
This graph, because we make the one of the value statement for y. So one is subtract this of the value and x minus y. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Lowest one. Lowest. Highest one. So you get the so you get the time. So you highest one is you get it's not you can see. There, you might consider you pick the highest factor, the highest, yeah, the highest prime factor. So the tree, highest one, the tree. Okay, 7, this is 7 power 1, but I think you also got 7 power 0. So you still need to pick the 7. Okay, so you pick the multiple, like lowest common multiple, you pick the highest power, you need to include everything. So 7, you need to pick 11, and also 5 squared. So to be very big number. Yeah, it's like 51,000. 51,925. So LCM, HCF is opposite. Lowest common multiple, you pick the biggest powers. Okay, then for the perfect square, the integer value right already is whatever's left to make the powers to become all 2. So 525 is 5 square, 7, and 3, right? 5 square is really 5 square. So you just need 7 and 3 more, right? So the k is just 7 and 3. Done. That is not 3 months. This step part 1 is 3 months. Right? Right? You're scared. So you have the name. Point three. Okay. Bisa. So big. 8.33 meters section. So these kilometer, right? Actually, easily do it in the fraction per hour. Convert the kilometer to meter. Hour to second. How to convert hour to second? 60 become minutes, right? And minutes to second is another 60, right? It's 60 and 60. Which is 3,600. Second. They put it in the calculator, okay.
This is for you if you want to use 5 paragraphs. It's still doable, just that you have to speed up the thank you and choice. Oh, okay. You consider using a line in between your sentences so that's easier for you to make corrections later on, like what Kieran is doing. I mean, it's up to you because when you do corrections, it's definitely a lot more convenient if you have a spare line in between.
Your initial money, how money you can to swap out the 1975. the number of times compounded. So in this case, it's compounded yearly and then 3 years. So normally it's number of years, but the weighted marker is actually number of times compounded. So in case the interest is by lifetime, and then you, for example, of years, then you multiply by that. 24 is the period. The speed factor is that big. What is average speed? Speed question, right? The second part, right? What is average speed? How do you find average speed? You mean total speed divided by 2, but that's only true if the distance covered, right? Not. So, yeah, so average speed is calculated by total distance over total time. Okay, so total distance is really there. Why do you calculate total time? It is another parameter. Successful study question, but topic is the yes. Okay. You do this way. Speed up, let's run the next very on the right side. To figure out a way to find the mechanics. Inequality. Groundwork.
Just to quote an example on your 5W1H, for example, in point number 1, it mentions that you want to track your exercises. Perhaps you want to mention what exercises do you do? Weights, cardio, or what? All right, and where do you do those exercises? In the gym, at home, or where else? All right, or who do you work out with? Okay, same thing for point number 5, view all functions on an app on a smartphone or tablet. What functions? Incidentally, the info page didn't really give you what functions this fitness tracker have. Perhaps if you're familiar with it, you have some functions in mind. Maybe you want to mention what functions? All right, it's not enough to simply write view all functions. What functions? Right, so add all this, flash it out if you can. Yep, Kaden.
Just to help with my brains. I think then
Too short.
short.
Oh, okay. Yuren, are you done already? That's too short. Let me see what you've written.
I watch it.
find inequality, is put X in the middle. I put X in the middle, then arrows facing left, triple inequality. Then this. Okay. We will go X smaller than 10 over 7 is correct. And X bigger than negative 4.5. Oh, this one is one short. Because you divide negative over, so this is the other way around. The arrow. So you divide negative over. That pointing at X. Pointing at again. No. Should be both pointing at. This one is wrong. Because you divide that over, so arrow is solve. You divide the negative 4 over. So every time you divide by negative, you also need to, every time you go negative, you sort the direction of the arrow. Not very much. That's what Jones is right. Bigger than 10 over 7, smaller than 18 all volumes. The other way around. Hold on, let's know the wrong. Yeah. It's correct. It's also correct. We just wrote the wrong side here. Just wrote the wrong side there. Oish. Inverse. What is it? What is it? What's the background? And what yeah.
Why is it?
Inequality is still another line, it's another line. Yeah. The inequality is good.
Kieran, I need you to write more than this. Try. Hold on, let me just do a scan, then I will tell you what I need from you. Kieran.
And inverting important reference should be quite standard. This one is part one is part 3. Part from the ski part. Part 1 is standard one, should all be getting the score.
Kiran, I want you to rewrite it. Now, for example, small things like this, try to do correctly. Dear, you do not need the comma there at all. If you want to put a comma, you can put it here, but nowadays it's not necessary. Okay, I'm not going to complain too much about your paragraph 1, but look at paragraph 2. Try not to join your points together. I love the idea of enjoying a permanent reminder to keep fit, along with getting feedback on my sleep patterns to be fully rested. I mean, grammatically, nothing wrong, but I would prefer you to elaborate on this. Can you elaborate on a permanent reminder to keep fit? So I would prefer you to separate reminder from getting feedback on my sleep patterns, separate them into different sentences. Perhaps you want to add in something? This is fine. I love the idea of enjoying a permanent reminder to keep fit, as nowadays, I'm sure you've watched it on TV, as keeping fit or keeping oneself fit is a lifelong endeavor.
So there's two different values of
Okay, just add a bit more to what you are given in the data sheet.
Okay. Now there's a change to happen.
Now, so with regards to the next point, getting feedback on my sleep patterns to be fully rested. How do you want to elaborate on this? Sleep patterns. What do you want to say about your sleep patterns? Are you having sleeping problems? Maybe, maybe not. Perhaps you want to say something like this. I believe that. But to adjust your sentences, don't just copy my words wholesale. I believe that a healthy body needs adequate exercise. Tell you what, this is about sleep, right? So I will use the word sleep instead. Needs adequate sleep to recover from their stresses of study. Remember, you are still a student according to that question. So therefore, you use the word studies. Now, Kiran, just now I phrased it differently. It is also futile to keep count of my calories every day. The problem is it doesn't really gel with this viewing all functions on my app, on my smartphone. How did I phrase it earlier? I phrased it differently. Did I not? Where's my calories part? Where did I write it? Calories. Oh, it's here. That was what I wrote about calories. It is futile to keep count of my calories every day using pen and paper. Therefore, this fitness tracker can do so for me automatically. Make your sentences or your phrases gel. Do not jump straight to the next point, which you did earlier. You know what you did? Over here, you lump the counting calories together with viewing all functions on my app. I mean, they are not that related, so keep them separate. That's why I add this comment earlier. It's a bit illogical to have these two phrases in the same sentence. Yeah, Kieran? Now, for this part, marinate on my wrist, blah, 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 to track the exercises I do every day, setting my targets. Again, separate. I mean, logically or grammatically, it's not wrong, but maybe you have to separate your exercises from setting your targets. And it's not your targets, it's my targets. Remember, you're writing to your brother regarding yourself, setting my targets to suit myself. And as I suggested, can you elaborate on exercises? What kind of exercises do you do? I'm sure you can think of a few. Jogging, swimming, cycling. Those are the usual ones. Can you mention something about your targets? What kind of targets are you looking for? I want to run 2.4 kilometers in 9 minutes. Maybe that's your target. Yeah, have something extra in addition to the points given in your data. And so that was what I wrote earlier here regarding your points. What exercises do you do? The simple few, jogging, swimming, cycling. If you want to mention weights, that's totally fine as well. Right? Do you work out with anyone else? Where do you work out? Those are all optional. Now, with regards to these functions, okay, targets as well. Do you have any particular targets for your jogging? Maybe you want to train until you can, as I said, run 2.4 kilometers in 9 minutes. I mean, that is a real target. It's not easy, but it can be done. And when you talk about functions, do you want to elaborate on functions? What kind of functions are you interested in? Can Kieran? All right, so come, I'll give you step again, rewrite, incorporating all the amendments I mentioned. Yes, single question. Yeah, do you want to stick to the point we decided earlier? Yeah. Just now, did you separate them into the various paragraphs? This is what we decided just now. Point 1, paragraph 3. Point 2, paragraph 3. Point 5, paragraph 3. Yeah, stick to it. Unless you have a better idea, then use your own idea.
Yeah. Simplify control. Just explore. The fact of one we have a thing. All this we get right. The fact of one we just use. Right, cover this rule. When something about something, say factors. Say factor, even some front combines, the back combines. But for say factor, we say factor. Because some of the events. Offers monthly installment statement. Especially when it's less than 16. I need to see what it is. We should like to show you like to give code. It's a constant flowing amount of coding. Use ruler to draw the line. Make sure you draw straight line. Cannot. So the wider section, I did go right. Oh, it's a lot slower. Okay, you see example. You're a lot slower. Yes. No.
Oh shit.
Look at the diameter.
Okay, then, okay.
I don't know how to start.
That's hard.
Paragraph 3. Are you going to follow the points given in the data? Let's see what we have written.
The question happened is the shot. They do the final market. Yeah, they're the final market. It's quite complicated.
So you just, I'll try not able to
Let's see the data points again. So you'll be following exactly what we have arranged, right? So paragraph 3. Valid on the wish 24/7. Did you mention that already? No.
Very much people you incorporate interesting. You incorporate one paper by itself, you incorporate the.
Of course, it'd be a bit. It's not a big issue. It's what for which, but it's not nothing wrong grammatically. Just that by right, your paragraph 3 should be about the users. So you may want to avoid using the word use at all inside there. I'm sure you can think of another replacement for useful. Yeah.
Yes.
So one way I look at it is paragraph 2 is about benefits. Paragraph 2 is about benefits. Paragraph 3 is about users. Of course, you can argue that overlap, right? But we won't be so particular about it.
Pass again.
Okay, this
Which is your y equal to x cubed.
So starting off, I suggest you use the past given here.
Yeah, anything of that. But which makes it smooth because the surface is smooth.
Because it's not just for your brother, it's for your examiner. Because you are telling your examiner, oh, I'm going to write about the users in this paragraph. So he's going to be particular, attentive, and therefore award you marks based on the users. So it's always good to use the same words like, why is it the best choice for me? So it may be useful to have something that basically not so much for your brother, but to remind the examiner you're answering this point. Paragraph 3. And then this point for paragraph 3.
So I check if much more.
Mm.
It shows that it's the best choice.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so same thing. Starting off, you may want to use this. Perhaps here, I would like to explain how I intend to use the fitness tracker. Right? It's more for the learner to remind him that you're trying to answer the question.
Oh,
Okay.
This or the access. Yeah, this
Yeah. All right. Any questions?
Simon got it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
n minus 2. D times n minus 2. 6 minus 2. N plus 2. So it's actually, you start with A belongs to sketch out the three things. X intercept, Y intercept, turning point. Okay. Turning point is the coordinate 2 and 1. 2 and 3. So complete the square form. Complete the square form gives you the coordinates of turning point. So change the value is simple.
Is square plus.
You can maybe try to expand it out a bit. Yeah, A minus B squared if you want. But if you're not confident that you can still expand them a little bit. Then note this one gives you the turning point coordinates. Sort one of them, sort the lines of the bracket. So the turning point is 2, 3. Sort the triangles. Okay, positive 2, positive 3. Then to find the y-intercept, you can start x equals to 0 also. Or you can like you can expand also. Because x equals, if you look at the active, right? At x equals to 0, this is your y-intercept, right? Y-intercept, so you can start x equals to 0. So if you start x equals to 0, you can go with this 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. So then you can do the same thing to find x intercept.
Okay.
Find x intercept, start y equals to 0. You can't get that. Y equals to 0. We'll start again. And this I think this photo, if you expect me to give you the answer for this, Because remember this last one is the y-intercept. So if you expand out, it also gives you the y-intercept. So either way, we got two of the information already. We got the turning point, we got the y-intercept, 7 over here. The last thing you have to do is to solve this of this, flip your calculator. Actually, it's a review x equals to those two. Which means it has no x effect. So if you put, I assume you feel like that's pretty out. So it's like if you calculator, or if you do it by using the quadratic formula, right? You realize you get math error. So you either get math error, or you use the calculator, you get the I imaginary number. It's no solution. So you try to put this in the calculator, try to solve this with quadratic formula. You get no solution. So there's no solution is if the graph never touches x-intercept, x-axis at all. So there's no x-intercept. The graph should look like a for something it's 2 and 3, it's 7. Before because no x-intercept, right? So the sketch wise doesn't really matter as long as it's not touching here. Process here, this is the label step, doesn't matter. Anyway, why is label to anything. The important part is labeling. The skill is the process is very important. No x-intercept. For this question, right, you actually don't have to write out the full quadratic formula because the question doesn't mark your bet. It marks you on what you label on the draft. So as long as you can figure out the solution, that's okay. You can computer to find it out for you. But you get it engineering. Yeah, then you also solve part 2 and part 3. Yeah. The divide, right?
Okay, Karen. I prefer you to keep your sentences short rather than joining 2 points in the same sentence. Okay. Now, of course, I don't need to elaborate too much. Of course, focus on the basics. Can keep your sentences short.
Okay. Jesus. It will be the last question. But not myself. If about 2 hours, 1.5, you're doing most of it. Good on base. Because people want usually the problem is the back. Paper 2, the problem is very hard. I'm actually okay, not bad on base.
Okay, then still writing. Okay. Yeah, no worries. You can hand it to me next week.
Okay.
Singy, are you done? Still writing now? Okay, no worries. You can go back, finish it off. I think you're all, both of you are almost at the end already. Does anyone have any questions for today? No? Okay, if not, then I shall end the lesson here. And submit to me next week.
This is good. You right. So you need to do like Okay. Then. Okay, my words for the label.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.